friend RJ City, and I am back with another bedtime story. I did 7 last week, 1 per day each week. I thought we would be done by now, but we're not. We're still here. So let's forge ahead. And you may have noticed I'm sitting higher up. This is not for aesthetic purposes. It's because the other chair was hurting my back. The book I am reading this evening, as you all get tucked into bed, is a little book I like to call, because that's the title of it, The Boy with Square Eyes by Juliet and Charles Snape. And this is a book my mother got me when I was a child because she tried to frighten me into not watching television. So we begin. Charlie watched television all the time. You see him there? He's watching TV. We understand that? Good stuff. Good start. It did not matter what it was. Charlie would watch it. It's kind of like me. I watch, Taxi or Dear John or... You'll get square eyes, his mum said, every day. And because this is a British book, mum is not M-O-N, it's M-U-M, because I got to do everything differently. See, there he is. There he is watching TV. What's he even watching? Sailboats. Or oceans and whales. Maybe some sort of Jacques Cousteau National Geographic documentary. Doesn't seem like a bad idea to me. Lunch, shouted Charlie's mum. Can I have mine in front of the television? Asked Charlie. No, come to the table. She's very mean. So this is his food. She's saying lunch. He's having fries, peas, sausages, very British, and 2 tomatoes. And see, there he is. He's got to be pried away from the television. No more learning about the ocean for you, Charlie. Charlie went to the kitchen and sat down. Mum, said Charlie, the kitchen looks funny. Dun, dun, dun. Look at this. Everything's bizarrely square. Very interesting, right? Bread doesn't normally look like that. Certainly neither does milk, unless you have one of those 8-bit aesthetic. It's like a hipster mom, spends a lot of money on those design stores. Everything looks square, said Charlie. The food does too. Square plate, square chips, square sausages, square peas, and square tomatoes. First of all, look at the kid's eyes. This is not normal. They're round. And then look at what he's looking at. Remember the food from earlier? This is the same food as he is viewing it. I'd also like to point out that he's calling, because he's British, these are French fries, but in England or Britain or Great Britain or decent Britain, they call them chips. It's a long story. Look, even the knife is square, the whole kit and caboodle. You'll use that phrase when you're older. Charlie's mum looked at the plate. Then she looked at Charlie. You've gone and done it, she screamed. Done what? Asked Charlie. You've gone and got square eyes. Look at that. And I'll tell you what's most interesting about this picture. I mean, yes, his eyes are terrifying, and it frightened me as a boy. And I thought for like 5 minutes, I was like, I should stop watching TV. And then I was like, no, this isn't real. But she's wearing an apron with a fish bones on it, with a fish. And she made pork sausages. Wrap your head around that one, kids. Charlie rushed into the bathroom. Mum, they are square, and so is everything else. To the doctor, said Charlie's mom. I guess Charlie's mom's a superhero. Let's hope she can straighten things out. But I don't want straightening. I want rounding out. You see, because eyes are normally, like me, they're round, they're circles, right? Look, if you have square eyes at home, I don't mean to eye shame you. I think it's perfectly acceptable. You should be very proud of yourself. But most people do have, look, see? Look at that toothpaste. It's coming out in cubes. What is this, Sega Genesis? Oh, this is terrifying. This is a children's horror book. I think that's fair. Look at this. Can you imagine having some people do have square heads. I have a very square jaw. Look at it. They basically, my chin has like corners. 90-degree angles here. Terrifying. Charlie stared at the street as they waited for the bus. Things were just not looking right. See, this is the street as we would see it with our normal eyes. And then look at this. This is terrifying. Everything's square. This looks like one of those pixel games. Very odd, very peculiar, said the doctor. Very square. Charlie started to cry. Does he read books? Asked the doctor. No, said Charlie's mom. Does he go for walks? No, said Charlie's mom. Does he draw pictures? No, said Charlie's mom. Does he ever look up at the sky and wonder why? No, said Charlie's mom. He only watches television. Televisitis, said the doctor. See, the doctor is making up a fake disease to harm this poor child. That's a real horrible thing to do. You know, see, she's got the eye chart. Why they didn't go to an optometrist, I have no idea. Someone who specializes in eyes would have perhaps been better than a general practitioner, a pediatrician who seems to be making up diseases. There's only one cure. Exercise of the eyes. You would think by virtue of watching television it would be like exercising your eyes, wouldn't you? Maybe you should just look around a little bit. They thanked the doctor and went out. The first thing we do is visit an art gallery. Looking at pictures will help. So he can look at pictures in 3 live pictures, but he can't look at them electronically, I guess. Well, she asked when they got there. I'm not sure, said Charlie. See, now here's the gag, is that he's looking at popular art that's a cubist in nature. And that's a joke for the adults. I don't think the kids would understand. This thing is only for the adults. But it's quite a gag. It's very funny. Well done. Clever writing. Then they went to the library. Charlie's mom chose a few books. Any improvement, she asked? A little, said Charlie. See, his eyes are getting a little better. Books are the window to the soul, or the eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul, and the books are like words. After the library, they went to the park. Charlie looked at the trees and the birds. Then Charlie's mom bought him a hamburger. Feeling better, he asked. Said Charlie. Was he turning into Frankenstein? Look at him at the park here. Look at this. Everything's still square, and the kid's just stuffing his face with a hamburger. I hope it's one of those round hamburgers. You get him a square patty, he's not going to know what to do. When they get home, Charlie's mom pulled the plug out of the television. This is back in the day when the TV just had one plug, and that was it. Now it's a whole... It looks like a telephone operator. No more until those eyes are back to normal, she said. Aw, Mum, but I've got nothing to do. See, here comes the moral. Read a book, do a puzzle, draw a picture, watch the goldfish, look at the sky. Look, see, his eyes are getting a little better because he's considering all the things that he's going to do. I'll tell you something. In addition to having square eyes, unusually long arms. He could probably scratch his knees. So that's just what Charlie did. He read a book, he did a puzzle, he drew a picture, he looked at the goldfish, and he finally looked at the sky. See, everything's square now, but he's drawing square. You see this? You're getting the gist of it? Everything's square because he's looking. This is not what things look like normally. You've never seen a square cloud before. Suddenly, Charlie felt odd. Questions began to come into his mind. He just couldn't hold them inside any longer. Hey, Mum, he asked, how far away is the moon? What are clouds made of? How many people are in this city? Why does the world spin round? Charlie's mom rushed into the room. What's the matter with you? She cried. Then she stopped. Charlie, your eyes, they're back to normal. Well, I wouldn't say they're normal. It looks like he's tripping out here. It looks like he's got a case of jaundice. This is what he normally looks like? You should have taken him to the doctor before this. Boy. Great, said Charlie. But he never saw things quite the same way again. Well, that was very interesting. And I guess, kids, the moral of this fine book is that you should read sometimes, you should look and explore things, and not just watch videos. Although, to be fair, I'm putting out these videos to read you books. So, provided that I'm reading you the books, you should be fine watching all of them continually, so I get the ad money. Well, that was the story for today, and a very special hello to Luna and Bastion. I have it on good authority that this song is your favorite bedtime lullaby. Two, three, four. Good night.
Guests of the RJ City Show, subscribe to his channel, follow him on social media, and buy his t-shirts at prowrestlingtees.com/RJ City.